Hello everyone and welcome to Skincare with Hiram. If you don't know who I am, my name is Hiram and I'm passionate about teaching you how to perfect your skincare routine. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week. In the skincare world, there is so much conversation about things like ingredients, results, percentages, actives, before and afters, which is all fine and dandy. But while this can be super disorienting, it really ignores the bigger issue at play that a lot of people tend to ignore when it comes to the conversation around skincare: skin health. You're not going to see any results or satisfying before and afters if your skin isn't healthy. Making sure your skin is healthy is the most important thing. So I'm super excited for this video where I'm going to be breezing through all of the best and worst habits for healthy skin. A lot of us are guilty of either doing these bad habits every day, but not enough of the good ones. So I'm gonna hook you up with all the best tips and tricks to make sure that your skin is as healthy as possible. But as we jump into it, I do want to say that all the products that I'm mentioning in today's video will be linked in the description box below if you do want to check them out and support the channel. And part of this video is sponsored by Henson Razor, the only razor that's clinically proven to reduce skin irritation. And I'm super excited for you guys to learn more about this one. And thank you so much, Henson, for sponsoring this video. But if you want to get the razor and 2 years worth of blades for free, you can use my code Hiram at checkout just by going to the link in my description box. And let's get into these habits. So I'm going to start with some of the worst habits that we are guilty of every day and then move on to the ones that you should be doing every single day. And I'm going to start out with one that if you're a longtime viewer of my channel, you will not be surprised in the slightest to hear this one: not using enough sunscreen. We all know that sunscreen is super important. And if you're watching this video, I'm guessing that you're at least trying to use a sunscreen every day. But one thing that a lot of people tend to overlook when it comes to sunscreen application is 1, not applying enough, 2, not applying it frequently enough, and 3, using the wrong type of sunscreen product. I've reacted to so many skincare routines where people will use the tiniest little dollop of sunscreen when in reality, you should be using about a quarter size amount for your face and neck. You need to be going in heavy if you want to actually get the amount of protection that's listed on the bottle. And unfortunately, another issue is that people just aren't reapplying their sunscreen enough. I'm not here to be the sunscreen police, okay? I'm here to be your friend, and it's okay that you're not applying every 2 hours. I definitely don't. However, if you only apply your sunscreen once in the morning and then you don't reapply it at all throughout the day, even though you're sitting by a window, walking outside, that's unfortunately just not gonna cut it. We do need to be more diligent with our sunscreen application. And finally, a lot of people tend to think that just using a foundation that says it has some sun protection in it is gonna be enough SPF for the day, and honey, more. You need to use a dedicated sunscreen in order to make sure your skin is at the most healthy state, and you don't have to worry about long-term damage. If you didn't know, 90% of premature aging is due to sun exposure alone, and the majority of skin concerns that most people struggle with, like hyperpigmentation, dark circles, fine lines and aging, breakouts, pimples, sensitivity, all of it are made so much worse by sun exposure. So if you're not using a sunscreen or using a sunscreen right, and you're having skin issues on top of it, the sun is probably to blame. I'm sorry. But not to worry, I do have sunscreen recommendations. My personal favorite one right now that I love using on my face as well as all over my body is Nubazine #1 Clear Filter SPF 50 sunscreen. It is a Korean sunscreen, super lightweight with great ingredients that are amazing for helping to sensitivity, reduce redness and sensitivity. And then if you want to touch up throughout the day, I always recommend the Beauty of Joseon SPF 50 Sun Stick. I personally love using this one because it's a great way of easily reapplying your sunscreen without having to worry about looking greasy or shiny. It adds a nice mattifying effect for all you oily skin babes out there, and it makes it super easy to routinely touch up your sunscreen throughout the day. All right, now that we got sunscreen out of the way, here's another habit that you don't realize is probably affecting you or your partner's skin health and moisture barrier health. Using multi-blade razors. If you're someone who has shaved your face, you totally understand the frustration and annoyance of getting razor burn, redness, irritation, which is why I'm so excited to partner with Henson and their single blade razor, which is clinically proven to reduce skin irritation. According to a recent study, 2/3 of men experience some irritation from shaving, and I am definitely one of those people because for years I've struggled with redness, irritation, and breakouts on my neck and face where I shave every day using multi-blade razors. And for years, I swapped out so many different products in my daily shaving routine, except for my razor. And wouldn't you know it, the multi-blade razors were the culprit, which is one of the reasons I love using the single blade Henson razor, because not only in using this have I noticed a significant reduction reduction in redness, irritation, and breakouts, the Henson Razor is also better for the planet and your wallet. Every single year in the US alone, over 2 billion plastic razors enter landfills. And not only are the Henson blades recyclable, they also only cost 10 cents each, which is a far cry from the average $2 to $4 cost for multi-blade cartridges, meaning that just by using the Henson Razor, you are saving over $200 every 2 years on blades alone. And not only that, Henson is offering my subscribers an exclusive discount where if you use code Hiram at checkout, you'll get 100 blades for free, which is 2 years of shaves. All you have to do is add the razor and the 100 blades to your cart and then use code Hiram. So if you want to take advantage, you can go to the link in my description box down below to get your razor and free blades. And thank you so much, Henson, for sponsoring part of this video. On to the next habit, which is over-exfoliating and over-treating your face. This is one of the most common issues I see people making that's actually really negatively impacting their skin without them knowing it at all. It is so tempting to want to try so many different exfoliating products and retinol products that claim to transform your skin overnight, but the reality is that the majority of people I run into in my comment sections or in videos are actually over-exfoliating or over-treating their skin, which, you guessed it, leads to poor skin health. And I mean, it's very important that you are regularly exfoliating your skin, and I definitely think that the majority of people can really benefit from using a retinol in their routine, but the issue I really see is just people doing way too much. For example, a lot of people love using really powerful exfoliating face masks, but they will use them multiple times per week. In reality, if you're using a face mask that is like 20, 30, 40% exfoliating acids, you really should only be using that like once every 2 weeks or even once a month. That's it. And by over-exfoliating and over-treating your face, you're gonna see a lot more skin irritation, redness, sensitivity, even breakouts, and it's gonna make your skin more susceptible to sun damage and even age you more rapidly. It's really, really important that you're not over-treating your face because that's one of the easiest ways to harm the health of your skin. I definitely recommend instead to opt for lower percentage products. For example, a retinol product that has like 0.1% or exfoliating products that have like 3, 4, 5%, and use those multiple times a week so you can still get the skin benefits while avoiding any risk of irritation or sensitivity. Please listen to that one because that's one of the most common skincare mistakes I see. And for the final bad habit that I see a lot of people making, and I definitely make myself, I'm trying to work on this, but it's hard, y'all. Touching your face. Oh my gosh, I literally just did it. What is wrong with me?
Today, start working on not touching your face.
I'm definitely someone who struggles with touching my face throughout the day because I am very expressive and gay. My hands just love to be everywhere. But in reality, touching your face can actually make your skin a lot worse and negatively affect the health of your skin because you're introducing so many different types of bacteria to your skin. And especially if you're someone who struggles with breakouts, clogged pores, acne, or redness and sensitivity, your skin does not need any additional bacteria on it. And I especially notice this for anyone who struggles with skin picking. That's one of the easiest ways to make sure that your skin never gets to a healthy place. If you're constantly picking at any breakouts or whiteheads, it's just not good, y'all. And I really have 3 recommendations to help avoid touching your face if you are someone who struggles with this. Number 1, and especially if you struggle with skin picking, limit the amount of time you spend looking in the mirror every single day. If you have to set a timer, do it. And that's actually what a lot of dermatologists recommend to help avoid skin picking. If you're someone who tends to fixate on your skin and look in the mirror for a long period of time and subsequently picking at your face, try to set a limit for how long you're looking at yourself in the mirror. I've also personally benefited from using like fidget toys or something that you can have your hands on so that if you need that sensory stimulation, you can get it by touching something else besides your face. And finally, if you're really, really struggling with picking at your breakouts or acne, I of course always recommend using pimple patches. Not only are pimple patches great for helping to restore your skin's moisture barrier, but it's also a great barrier that prevents you from continually touching or picking at your face. But whatever you need to do to stop touching your face, do it! Just do it! Keep your fingers away. And now let's move on to the best habits for healthy skin. The first one being a rich nighttime routine with peptides, lipids, and barrier supporting ingredients. I think a lot of times we tend to focus or put the most energy into our daytime routine, which is important because, you know, you want to protect your skin from the sun throughout the day, make your skin look nice, but I would argue that a good nighttime routine is just as, if not more important as your daytime routine, because that's the time where you can really focus on healing your skin and fighting long-term damage. Now, there are so many different nighttime products that you can use, but I always recommend using ones with ingredients that focus on restoring and nurturing the health of your moisture barrier. The more you do that, the healthier your skin will be, of course, making your skin not only look better, but also help your skin bounce back quickly from using any powerfully active ingredients like exfoliants or retinol. And I, for one, have tried so many different barrier supporting products and ingredients, and my top 2 product recommendations for this are definitely first the Skin Fix Triple Lipid Barrier Peptide Cream. I have featured this on my channel for so many years, and it's really amazing if you're wanting that super rich, moisturizing, and nourishing experience in a thick cream that just makes you wake up with beautiful, glowy skin. But it is a little bit on the pricier side, so if you are wanting a more affordable option, I definitely recommend the alternative, the Astera Aloe Barrier 365 Cream. This is an amazing Korean moisturizer that I recently discovered like this year. I don't know, ever since I first started using this one, I have been obsessed with it. It's such a nice moisturizing experience for overnight that really focuses on restoring your skin barrier health. And trust me, even if you're someone who doesn't necessarily love looking super greasy when you go to bed, it is so worth it in the long run for using these products, because not only will it help to make sure that your skin looks better throughout the day, it's also helping to fight long-term damage, and it's really you investing in your skin's health. The next good habit to have is by adopting a minimalistic skincare routine. And by minimalist, I mean like 4 to 5 products that get the job done without skin irritants, that have ingredients that focus on nurturing the health of your moisture barrier. I think in our collective excitement around skincare products, there's a tendency for people to want to use like 10, 15, 20 products in their routine. But in reality, that many products is actually overdoing it and increasing your skin's risk of sensitivity and irritation, and of course, skin damage. By using a minimalist routine that only has like 4 to 5 products, you're getting all the best benefits that skincare can provide without putting your skin at unnecessary risk, and of course, saving you a lot of money in the process. And if you are brand new to skincare and need some guidance on what those 4 to 5 products should be, I definitely recommend going and watching my Skincare 101 series, because I break down everything for you with product recommendations just to make it easier. In addition to using a minimalist routine, the next good habit to have is to use gentle active products. And if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, you know how I was talking about how one of the worst habits you can do is over treating and over exfoliating your skin? Gentle active products address this issue by using lower percentages of active ingredients like glycolic acid, mandelic acid, retinol at a very low dose that not only allows you to more frequently use these products, but also curbs your risk of irritation and sensitivity. And thankfully, we're seeing a lot more products available on the market that have a gentle active approach. I feel like even 10 years ago, all the brands on the market were trying to compete for the highest percentages of active ingredients, promising overnight results, dramatic before and afters. But in reality, that approach to skincare is just not sustainable. And by using gentle actives, it's a much better way of ensuring your skin is healthy and you're still getting the results that you want. 2 gentle active products that I recommend are, first, from my own brand, Selfless by Hyram, our gentle exfoliating serum with mandelic acid and rice bran. I could talk about this one forever, but one of the reasons I love it is that it features 3 different types of exfoliating acids, but all at lower percentages. That allows you to use it every other night without the skin irritation and sensitivity, but still gives you that satisfying glass skin glow look. 2 of the exfoliants in it, mandelic acid and PHA, are known for being very effective at getting rid of dead skin cells, but also having much less risk of irritation and sensitivity as opposed to common exfoliating ingredients like glycolic acid or lactic acid. So if you're wanting a gentle active exfoliating serum, I definitely recommend that one. Or if you're wanting a gentle active retinol product, the CosRX 0.1% retinol cream is a great example of this. It's super gentle and moisturizing, delivers retinol to your skin. But regardless of what product you use, if you want to have the most healthy and safe skin, I definitely recommend going the gentle active approach, because it's just much more sustainable for the health of your skin in the long run. Trust me, you won't regret it. And finally, for probably the best habit that I feel like we tend to kind of glaze over in the skincare community, but really has the biggest effect on our skin of all, practicing good lifestyle habits. You can use the best skincare products in the world, but if you're not getting enough sleep, if you're not managing your stress, if you have a poor diet, it ain't gonna matter. I definitely have recently started to see in my own life that the years I went getting very little sleep and being very stressed, yeah, my skincare products are not able to undo all that damage. So please take it from me. Make sure you're getting at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep every single night. That's one of the best things that you can do for the health of your skin. Try to have a diet with very little processed foods and low sugar. A lot of times we tend to overlook just how much sugar and processed foods can actually contribute to breaking breakouts and acne, and try to reduce your stress wherever possible. I've always been the person that hates when people are like, just don't be stressed. It's very much giving, just choose to be happy. But one of my top ways of managing stress, and something that I love recommending to people, is using a mala. And if you don't know what a mala is, it's a set of 108 beads that you can use to help you meditate, calm your nervous system, and just relax. I actually made this one myself, and I love using it by just with every bead following along with my fingers and having one breath in and one breath out for every single bead that I move along. It's the most effective stress management tool I've been able to find, and I love using it every single day. But whatever method you use to best reduce your stress, make sure you do that, because we tend to overlook just how much stress can contribute to poor skin health, but it's a big factor. And that concludes my best and worst habits for healthy skin. I really hope these can help you guys out, because these are definitely lessons that I have learned over the years and through many mistakes. Comment down below what habits you use to make sure your skin is at its most healthy state. And if you guys haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week. And I will see you guys in the next one.